What's up, guys? Back here, Dragon Quest Stars, and there's a new banner to look at. Sword of Kings and Light Armor. This banner looks pretty cool, so let's take a look at the stats and see if it's good. These are all my personal opinions. There is no guide or wiki or anything like that, tier list on these gears for the global version. So, based on my opinion, we're just going to jump in and see what's up with this banner. You know, is it good? Should you put your gems into this banner? Gems are definitely a rare commodity unless you're spending lots and lots of money, so it's always good to think about these things. Let's take a look at the featured item, Sword of Kings. Sword of Kings, pretty strong sword, and then the Giga Slash. So mainly when I look at weapons and armors in this game, it's all about the abilities and how strong they are, because abilities are your attack stuff. It's what you do in battle. Your base attack power on the weapon is also considered, but for the most part, you're going to be spamming abilities. Cooldown, the CT, is how long it takes for the ability to charge up, and then what the time that you can reuse it. So having a low cooldown is very, very effective. Here, the green number is at max level. The white number here is the base level. So you can see level 1, it starts off at 45-second cooldown, so a very long cooldown time. At level 10, it goes up to 30-second cooldown time. So it's medium-sized. 30 second is somewhat lengthy for this game. And then it says 360% zap type attack, target single enemy. So 360% is one of the very strongest, like a basic level stuff. When you really looked at things, you're going to be looking at the max level though. So at 520 is one of the highest, if not the highest, damage modifiers that I've seen for a single target attack. And it's a zap type, which could be good, could be bad. So there's weakness and resistance based on the elements. So this is a zap / lightning style attack. And single enemy will lose 30% on their cooldown time. That's a huge amount of reduction right there. That's a very, very powerful thing. So that means when their skill gauge is filling up, when you hit them with this Giga Slash, you're going to put them back 30% on their skill gauge. So if they've charged up for 30 seconds, you're now going to take away approximately 10 of those seconds and push them back to 20 seconds. So they have to do 10 more seconds. So this ability is incredibly powerful, and the damage modifier on this ability is really, really strong. So overall, this is a very, very powerful weapon. Something that you definitely should be pulling for. This is already like, wow, really, really good. Then that's just the first ability. It also has a second A slot ability. This is a magic ability here. Kaswoosh. Kaswoosh will do a advanced whoosh type spell. So wind style attack. And this is targeting all enemies. You can see at max level, it goes down to 22 seconds cooldown time. This is a very, very strong attack. Kaswoosh and any A rank spell ability is very strong, which also, you may not necessarily be using spells as a sword user. What you could do if you pick up this weapon is you could potentially take that Kaswoosh off if you have a really strong staff and put it on your staff, and you have 2 A rank abilities there. But you definitely can't just keep Kaswoosh on because the natural modifier, it doesn't show you in here, but it says an advanced type whoosh spell, which is going to be a very strong modifier. It's the highest spell that we've seen. We have not seen any S rank abilities, so A rank Kaswoosh is really, really powerful. And then now it has 2 C slots, an attack ability and a support ability, which is great. So you can throw on a heal spell there. Unfortunately, the support spell is not B rank, which means you cannot put mid heal, which would be a lot better. Down at the bottom right though, there's this evolve tab. If you get 2 copies of the same item, you can evolve them. You can fuse them together, and it makes the weapon or armor stronger. So we're going to click on this evolve tab, and you can see what happens when you get another copy and fuse it together. The slots go up, so the C rank ability slot there goes into a B rank ability slot. And then the stats, you can see the base attack power goes up to 135. Let's see, so if we do it one more time, ooh, if we end up getting 2 more of these Sword of Kings, so if we pull a total of 3 Sword of Kings, we can make this weapon right here. it would be A, B, 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 and that's a really, really powerful weapon. So we keep going higher, and you can see it just keeps going up and up. So unfortunately, as a free-to-play player, you're most likely not going to get a lot of duplicate copies, so you're most likely not going to get a max evolution. What I like to do is review the weapons at their base power, but it's always nice to know what can happen when you evolve a weapon, because you could eventually, over time, get enough points, the breezy points, and buy a copy of a weapon to evolve. It's a stone that you put onto your weapon that acts like a second copy, and it evolves it. So eventually, over time, you can eventually save up and make any weapon or any armor evolve, even without getting a duplicate copy. It does take a lot of points. It's 50,000 for the weapons right now, and I believe 30,000 for the armor. But yes, it is there. So let's jump on to the next item. Hero's Shield. Hero Shield, and this stands out. This is the first item that we've seen that has 3 ability slots on it. So already right there, 3 ability slots is very, very powerful. It's best in slot. We have not seen this. Let's take a look at the first ability. First ability here, 10-second cooldown at max level. So once again, we're going to talk about everything at max level because, you know, it's fairly easy to get these things leveled up, and we just want to talk about max level stats. 10 seconds, really quick. That's the fastest. It's tied for the fastest on shield abilities. So I have not seen anything that is faster than 10 seconds. A 50% reduction for 3 turns. Raises your attack by 20% for 2 turns. And on top of that, it also heals you for 100 points of damage. Oh my gosh. This shield does literally everything. It gives you attack buff. It gives you defense. It gives you a self-heal. 100% HP is really, really strong. Like, there's heal spells that don't even heal you for 100 HP. If you are an attacking, like a DPS style character, and you have mid heal on your character, your heal is only going to heal you for approximately 69, 70 points of health. For a mid heal spell, that's a B rank spell. Whereas this right here, just by using the defense, you're going to get 100 HP. And it doesn't matter if you have any magic power or not. This is crazy, and you're also attack buffing. Like, this is by far the best in-slot shield. There used to be a shield that, when you defended, you got 30 HP every turn, every action that you did. So for 4 actions, which gave you a total of 120 HP over time, that was the best in-slot shield. This, in my opinion, is now the best in-slot shield. Because not only does it give you healing, but it also gives you attack power up. And that was just the first ability, guys. Like, there's 2 more abilities on the shield. So the second one here, stun resistance. 60% stun resistance. That's a ton of stun resistance right there. Massive, massive, massive. Last ability here, you get 20% cooldown resistance. So that means they cannot mess up with your cooldowns. They cannot reduce your cooldowns. You're going to be resistant to it 20%. Very, very cool stuff. So, already, the 2 items here, the sword and the shield, are amazing. You definitely want to pull just alone on those 2 items, but there's still more. So again, another item here with 3 ability slots. Like, no other armor has had ability slots times 3. This is already best in slot as of now. Let's take a look at the first ability here. Raises attack by 40% once per battle when the enemy is angered or enraged. Last 2 turns. 40% attack power is really good. And normally what happens in the game is when the enemies get enraged or angered, they're near death. So that means they're going to try and kill you at the end there. They're in their last HP gauge. If you can kill them faster before they can dish out the serious amount of punishment that they want, that's how you win the battles. That's how you just crush through enemies, because these enemies can deal a lot of damage, especially when they're enraged. And if they hit a critical hit or a brutal hit, they can do hundreds upon hundreds of points of damage. If they do an AoE on your entire party, they can hit the entire party for hundreds and hundreds of damage. Like, the enraged / angered powered monsters, they are no joke, guys. They hit you for a lot. So raising your attack power when they go into this status is amazing. It's going to give you the ability to kill the enemy before they can kill you. That's only the first ability too. Like, second ability here. Effects that boost attack cannot be negated by Frigid Wave. You've probably seen Frigid Wave now in-game. Frigid Wave is the debuff that the enemies use against you. So they'll shoot out this Frigid Wave, and it'll take away all your positive status effects that you have on your abilities, on your characters. This is saying your attack boost cannot be negated by that. So you're always going to get your attack buffs no matter what. Really strong ability. And then last but not least, you have strength plus 15. So this, hey, more strength. Can't complain. That is a great ability right there. An amazing helmet. So the first 3 items are just insane. Now the armor top. Again, 3 ability slots. Already, again, best in slot. No other armor has 3 ability slots. Zap damage minus 45%. That's a huge reduction. So abilities, they go from low, mid, to high. High is the highest ranking ability that we've seen in the game so far. So this Zap Guard is the highest Zap Guard ability that we've seen. Like highest reduction in zap damage. Great. Anything that you have high is great. Next up, we have mid. We have a light breath damage down. 30% reduction in light breath damage. A mid ability, so you can see the high ability was negative 45%. The mid ability here is negative 30%. So, a big difference between a high and a mid ability, but still, mid is a great stat to have. And then the bottom one, mid HP, so additional 15 HP on your character. Can't go wrong with any HP. Great armor right here. Definitely best in slot right now, like hands down. And then the last piece of the armor set, the armor bottoms. Again, 3 ability slots. I don't have to talk about this anymore. No one else has this. Look at this. Heals at least 30 HP after using a shield skill. Oh my gosh, guys. This makes you, like, invincible. Like, if you get this armor, and then you have this shield from the same banner here, you're going to heal 130 HP every time you use your shield ability. You can use your shield ability every 10 seconds. Let's just say, even if you don't get the shield, which the shield is by far probably the best item in this. Maybe the sword is the best item. Shield or sword are really, really good. Like, those are probably the best. But even if you just get this, you're like, oh, I got a bottom. It sucks. No, this is really, really good. It makes any shield heal you 30 HP after you use the ability. So you're going to want to defend a lot more often, and then you're going to be healing. Also down below here, the second ability. 7% chance of filling all allies' cooldown time by 30% at the start of the turn. What? This is insane! 30% additional cooldown time. So like if your skill has a 30-second cooldown time, you could potentially get around 10 seconds just for free at the start of every turn. So a turn happens in this game every time each character has done their basic attack and the bosses hit you. So like that's one full turn. And when you're fighting boss battles, you end up going to about 20 to 30 turns now. So 7% chance is a really, really big opportunity to fill up your cooldown times. 30% is a ton. This allows like you to have characters that have like 60-second cooldown times. Because if you hit this lucky trigger, that just slashes off like 20 seconds of that cooldown time. It's a crazy amount of regeneration. Like, this is an insane item that we've never seen anything close to this yet in the game. And then now last but not least, breath damage down by 10%. So this is unfortunately just a low ability, but still having 3 abilities, like, yeah, the first 2 abilities are amazing. So you're not upset that the third ability is the C rank ability that is only a 10% reduction. Like, that's still pretty good. And then there's one more item in this banner that is kind of new and featured. It's the Golden Claws. So it has A rank, Rake, and Break, and then 3 other ability slots. And so it's a 400% attack that removes all beneficial effects from the enemy. Single target. This is pretty cool. So if this ability works like it says, and it takes away like the anger buff that the enemies will put, or any other supporting buffs that the bosses will have on them, this is a really, really strong ability. Because like I said earlier, the bosses, when they go in their enraged anger mode and they get a lot more attack power, it's like they almost double their attack power, and they can start killing your guys like it's nothing. if this ability can negate and take away those anger buffs, take away the attack buffs, this is a really, really strong weapon. Even though it only does 400%, like with the sword did 520%, a lot different. This one has a 30-second cooldown just like the sword. Like, this weapon could be one of the best weapons in the game with that debuff removal. I don't know if this works against taking away anger and such like that, so if anyone has picked this up, please let us know if this will remove the anger buff on the bosses. Please let us know your experience on this weapon. But overall, it looks like it's an amazing. So, like, there you have it. Those are the featured items on this banner. The Falcon Blade is also a featured item. So you can see, I believe this one is not a standard item that you can get anywhere. Because I believe the Zombie Killer is the first item that is always in all the banners. So just quickly on this, 150% 3-hit attack. It's a very quick. It's got a 12 seconds cooldown time. So incredibly quick, incredibly powerful. A total of 450. It also has a secondary ability. 15 seconds. Raises agility by 30% for at least 3 turns. Grants 1 additional standard attack for 3 turns. So overall, the Falcon Blade is just a really, really good weapon. We've seen it before. It's not new to this banner. And you'll notice that there's a whole bunch of other 5 stars. These are all the standard 5 stars that you can get in any banner. Unfortunately, it makes it very hard to get the featured items on the banner, because you can see there's so many different 5 stars. So when you are pulling on these banners, you're most likely not going to get the featured items that you want. And that's very, very unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and do some summoning videos. So thanks for watching the banner review. I definitely recommend summoning on this banner. This banner is amazing. Spend your gems on this banner. You will not regret it. Hopefully you get some of the light armor or weapons. I will talk to you guys later. Check out the summoning video. Wish us luck.